Mariella is looking for a second date update with a guy named Ben. Hi, Mariella. How are you?
I'm doing all right. How are you?
Doing great. You want to tell us the story about Ben, how you met, how the first date went, all the pertinent details?
Yeah, so I don't know. I have this really kind of weird situation here. So this guy, I worked with him for about 3 years, and I always had a little bit of crush on him, a thing for him. But he was technically one of my bosses, and that kind of activity was frowned upon in my company. So I never acted on it anyway.
Do you think he felt the same way?
I feel like there definitely could have been flirting if it were allowed.
Okay.
Yeah. So, a few months ago, that's when he took the other job at a different company. And I was really bummed, that he was leaving because I considered him to be a friend and, a good boss. But I also had the thought that, hey, he's dateable now.
Yeah. So, totally dateable.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Totally dateable. So one night after he left, I had, a few glasses of wine. I got brave, and I texted him, and we just started talking. And I told him I had, a little thing for him, over the years. And he actually seemed surprised, but, happy about it.
Well, that's good.
So,
I like it.
Yeah. So then he told me he wanted to take me out and get together. So we did. And it felt really comfortable for the most part since we already knew each other pretty well. We were working together. But it was a little strange that we were just kind of exploring that romantic possibility,
Yeah, it does kind of, yeah.
Yeah. It was just a little awkward. But, I love that I could openly flirt with him, and he flirted back, and it just went really, really well.
Liberating.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly. And it wasn't a shocker, that we ended back at his place. But we didn't sleep together, but we did kiss, and it was it was awesome. And it was just really cool to, be in his space and see where he lives. And it wasn't just this bachelor pad at all. It was a really nice, put together, grown up space.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, so we just stayed up all night talking and making out, and I got pretty drunk, so I did stay the night, and he made me eggs next morning, drove me home. We texted a couple times later that day, and then it just stopped, completely.
Okay.
And I don't know why. The texts were totally benign, so it couldn't have been that. I don't know. I have no clue. I need help.
Huh. Made you eggs.
Yeah, he made me eggs.
What kind of eggs?
Got up, out of bed.
When you want someone to leave your apartment, you don't exactly make them eggs.
That's true.
That's what I was thinking.
I mean,
I know I'm not getting any texts back, so.
This always, this always says to me a couple of different strong possibilities. Out of the gate, he saw it as a one-night stand, from the beginning, or something happened after you left.
Yeah.
I have no idea. I don't know. Maybe he has a girlfriend or something he's not telling me about, but I would just really like to, go out with this guy again. I really enjoyed myself, and I thought we had a great time.
You didn't see any girlfriend signs around the house?
No, but it's always concerning when, not concerning, it's always a surprise when a guy has, a really nice apartment. Usually there's, a lady's hand in that. I don't know. It was just, a really nice put-together space.
Yeah.
And no clues, huh? Nothing you can think of?
Nope. I literally have no idea.
Okay. This is where we take a break. We'll think on it some more. If you think of anything between now and then, we'll talk about it when we come back and find out what it was like for him going out with Mariella, his former coworker, whether or not he was able to see her that way after spending an evening with her. And making eggs and all that stuff as we continue.
Making eggs. Is that what we're calling it now?
Yeah. She said they didn't sleep together.
Scramble this.
It's all next. Jeff and Jen, second date update, Cincinnati's Q102.
Over easy.
So Ben and Mariella used to work together back in the day. I guess it wasn't that long ago, but I guess Ben left the company and Mariella, you still work there?
Yeah, I do.
Okay. But when they were coworkers, I guess she always had a little thing for Ben, and it seems like Ben may have felt the same way, even though they never acted on it when they worked together. Now that he's been gone a bit, she was feeling brave, reached out to him, texted him. They set up a date, which ultimately ended up back at his place. And Mariella says they did not sleep together, but they definitely had some fun. So much fun that Ben thought it was worthy of eggs the next morning.
Now, we don't know. He may be like a sous chef or something, and he could have made her something really fancy, but she was only egg worthy.
Oh, maybe.
We don't know. You know, how, like, for me to make eggs, I have to really, really like somebody because I'm not a good cook.
Yeah, you would think. Yeah,
Right.
if you're trying to encourage someone, if you're trying to coax someone out of your house,
Yeah.
you don't exactly offer to make him eggs.
You don't offer to make them, you send them out the door with a banana or something.
Right. But that's what he did. And I guess there was some back and forth. You guys texted a little bit, just benign stuff, nothing heavy, nothing big.
Yeah, like just like asking how each other's day was and stuff, and like he asked me how the job was, and then that was kind of it. Like nothing. I haven't heard back.
Okay. How long ago was that, Mariella?
That was like 2 weeks ago.
Oh, 2 weeks ago.
Yeah,
Well, you ready to call him up?
I'm ready as I'll ever be.
Okay.
Hello,
Hi, can we speak to Ben, please?
this is Ben.
Ben, it's Jeff and Jen at Q102. How are you this morning?
I'm good. How are you guys?
We're doing great. Thanks for asking. We got you on speakerphone. You got a few minutes?
Is this a second date update segment?
Yes, it is.
Oh,
It's what we're kind of known for.
yeah. I've heard this.
Have you heard us do second date update on the radio before?
Yeah.
What do you think a second date update as a listener? When you're not in the hot seat.
It's terrible.
Well, it's terrible.
Take it back.
I guess it just depends
terrible
on
grid.
whether or not you're on the receiving end.
Yeah. No, I guess it's fine if you're not on the receiving end.
Yeah. But you understand how this can actually be helpful to a lot of people, and who knows, you might even enjoy it.
No, I enjoy it, but not today.
Why? Do you know who called us about you?
It's probably Mariella.
It is Mariella. I
Yeah,
mean, you
this
guys used to be friends.
This
What
is an
happened?
interesting situation. I mean, you guys knew each other.
Well, yeah. So that's something you just have coworkers at work, and you don't know how it's going to play out, and you can't really. You can't really, fish from the company pier.
Right.
But then you leave the company, and she reached out to me, and I was really kind of surprised because I didn't know she felt that way.
Did you ever feel that way? Did you ever have a thing for her? I'm surprised you didn't pick up on that.
So I'm kind of oblivious. I mean, we were flirty. I mean, it was just nice. It was nice, clean fun kind of thing. But no, I didn't really expect to hear from her again, and it was really nice to hear from her, and we had an excellent time. We had a really nice time.
So what changed?
Well, while we were out, we were talking about one of our former coworkers, and we're being a little gossipy. We can because I'm not in the company anymore.
Right. Okay.
And this woman is someone who just is attention seeking. She craves a lot of attention.
You're talking about the coworker.
Yeah, she puts all kinds of stuff on social media, really nuts.
So when you say the stuff she puts up is nuts, meaning it's provocative, it's sexual, it's inflammatory, it's political, like what kind of posts are we talking about?
I mean, mainly just personal, too much information kind of stuff. And really, it's just, I don't even think a lot of it's true. It's just to get a rise, just to get a reaction. She's just looking for someone to respond to her.
Seeking attention.
She wants people to
and she
like her and notice her, and
Yeah.
Okay.
And and she's really good at it, but some of the stuff is ridiculous. And we were just talking about how she put something on there involving her feet and peanut butter. I mean, it was really dumb, just terribly attention-seeking.
so were the two of you sitting there going, "Did you see this? Did you see that? Did you see what she put up there?"
Yeah,
That was kind of the conversation that was happening. Okay.
yeah. I mean, we talked about other things, sure, but part of what fueled the gossiping was, she just wasn't a pleasant person to be around. Just a negative person, not a good person to be around anyway.
Wow.
So then the next night after our date, I was just looking at social media, and I was looking at this woman's posts, and I noticed that Mariella had liked it. I was like, what's that? So I just started looking, just out of curiosity, looking at other posts that she had made. And Mariella had liked all of them. This is someone that we were talking about as pathetic and worthy of ridicule. And Mariella's out there liking her posts. So I guess I'm kind of confused. I'm thinking, why would she do that? If she found it so sad, pathetic, attention-grabbing, why would you then go and like the behavior? It just seems so dishonest and hypocritical. And I felt like...
That's interesting that you bring that up, because I know a handful of people, a few people who don't really like each other.
Yeah.
Yet they constantly like each other's stuff on social media.
Yeah.
What is that about? I mean, if you don't like the person or you don't like the post,
why do you do that?
As this seems to be in this case.
I mean, it's lying.
Like, would you look at this?
Yes.
Look at her again.
Uh-huh.
And then you like the post after you just slammed them for it behind their back. Marielle, I got to ask you about that.
Listen, this is... I don't want to be mean to her, and I don't want her to think that I'm, like, ignoring her stuff on social media. I'm just being nice to her by liking it. And you know what? I'm barely even thinking about it. I'm just liking a post because it's coming up on my timeline. Yeah, it might not be what I like, but it may be, like, what other people like. I don't understand why it's such a big deal.
We were laughing at her. I mean, what's the truth? Are we liking her, or are we laughing at her? I just want people to be real. It makes me crazy.
On a picture is not lying to someone.
Well, it is if you don't really like it.
That is really not how social media works. You just scroll through, you see people doing stuff, you're supporting people expressing themselves. There's nothing to do with lying to them.
So your likes are more like, hey, I like that you're out there. I like that you're being you, that you're doing you, and you're being brave enough to share whatever it is you're sharing with the world.
Like, if I like something on social media, it's because it's something I connect with or I agree with, or I'm supportive. I'm trying to be supportive of this person. I relate to what they're saying. I don't know. I don't just like it to like it. If I don't like the post, I'm not going to be mean and write something nasty on the post. But at the same time, I'm not going to like it. That just feels fake to me.
It's also fake if I don't like it. If I see, her in the office and she asks about her post. I mean,
yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like, if you don't like it, why say anything at all? Just scroll past it. I mean, do you even like her? Do you consider her a friend?
I consider this person a work acquaintance that I have to speak to at work.
So you feel pressure to like all of her stuff on social media?
Correct.
Even though you don't really?
Yeah, because it came up on my timeline. If I just ignore it, that's like even more rude. What if she brings it up?
See, I disagree with that. I don't think it's rude if you just ignore it.
Yeah, but then what do you want her to say? Wait, for friend, did you see my post? The peanut butter on my toes?
I know. That's even more needy. Did you see my post? Did you see what I did?
Well, that's,
You didn't like my post. I've had friends literally defriend me because I failed to wish them happy birthday on Facebook.
Well, there is no excuse because Facebook lets you know every day whose birthday it is.
Yeah, you get a notification for that.
You see, now I feel obligated to like it.
And you should.
If it comes up on your timeline, you should probably just like it.
Oh, jeez. This is exhausting.
So I guess the problem I have is either you're a friend and you like it, or you're not a friend. You can't have it both ways. I just feel like...
Very two-faced.
I just feel like that's disingenuous.
Which makes it a dating deal breaker for you because it makes you think, well, what else is she two-faced about?
I hate to put it that way, but yeah, that's where I am.
Well, that's okay because I don't want to be going out with someone who's just lame and no fun and can't enjoy life.
This is so insane. You guys knew each other. You've known each other for 3 years and you got along great at the office and now you're all pissed at each other over this.
And look at what you have in common. You both can't stand the same people.
He's going to get blocked too. That's ridiculous.
Yeah, well, I guess the office was the high point.
That's a bold statement. Well, I'm just going to block you.
It's the modern world.
So what do you think of her? Do you like her? No, not really. I mean, officially on Facebook, I do because I like all of her stuff. But personally, between you and me, no, I can't stand her.
Right.
But I can't not like her stuff because then if I don't, she'll think I don't like her. We don't need. We
Well,
don't want
because
that.
now you're yeah, because if you are with somebody every day and they never like any of your things, well, then you've got to wonder, this person just does not like me.
And it's like, did I love it on Facebook? Did I go and take time to put the heart button on it? No, I just liked it.
Which is the equivalent of just sort of acknowledging and that you've noticed.
Maybe
it.
like it, yesterday's like is today's notice.
Like, okay, I got it. I see you.
And so if you really like it, you do the heart
You
thing.
do the love.
Right.
All right. Well, I'm sorry, guys. Ariella, we appreciate you reaching out, coming on Second Date Update. And Ben, thank you for taking the call and for bringing up an interesting angle on social media, the way we act on social media. It's fascinating.
All right, guys, you have a good one.
You too.
All right. If you need our help with the Second Date Update, send us an email, Jeff and Jen at WKRQ.com.
Thanks for listening to the Q102 Jeff and Jen Morning Show podcast, brought to you by CVG Airport. Fly healthy through CVG. For more information, go to CVG Airport /fly healthy.